That's me on my wedding day. I got married this May in Mexico. I loved my wedding dress. The lace, the beading. The one thing I didn't like about it was how much it cost. It was pretty expensive, which is hardly surprising to anyone who's gotten married. When I was shopping, everyone said I was paying for the fabric and the craftsmanship, but were they being straight with me? Here it is, kind of stuffed in here, and all this stuff around it. This is the kind of stuff I wear all the time. And then here, this wedding dress. I suppose I might feel a little better if I could just get more use out of this dress. It's not like I can wear this on a normal day. That would just be weird. I asked the company that made my dress, Enzoni, what the material and labor cost, but they wouldn't tell me. So I decided to go to a guy in the industry who sells fabric wholesale to companies like Enzoni. His name is Mel Cohen, and he's been in this business for over 20 years. And how much would something like this cost, just this top layer?
$150 to $165
Okay.
per yard. This is probably about $3 per yard. This is also about $3. This is polyester.
This is polyester?
Yeah.
Really? I have to admit, this floored me. In a lot of these wedding dress stores, they make you feel like you're trying on the most high-end, exquisite creations. In that kind of atmosphere, it never occurs to you to say, what's this made of? This isn't polyester, is it? So this dress here obviously was made by a really big name designer who buys a ton of fabric. I mean, what kind of discounts could they get on this stuff? Because there's hundreds of these.
if they're making a large amount of them to start, it would be about 50% less for the fabric.
So if we're at 1,014 and you're saying they can get a 50% discount,
right.
We're talking about
approximately $500.
$500 worth of fabric here.
Right.
I have a question to ask you, Mel.
Go ahead.
How much do you think I paid for this dress?
I would say probably about $1,200 for it.
Okay, $1,200. All right. This number here, that's what I actually paid. $2,730. Did I get ripped off?
I guess they have to make a markup, so...
This was pretty shocking because I thought I'd gotten a deal. The first place I tried on the dress gave me a price of $3,500. I'd called around to a bunch of stores and finally gotten it down, $800 less than I was originally quoted. But according to Mel, I'd still gotten ripped off. I felt like I had to get a second opinion. If you could just, take a look through the layers and the construction and stuff and tell us how much you think the labor would cost.
Start from the top.
Okay.
This is the complicated one because all these pieces are applied to the net underneath.
And is this done by hand or machine?
No, this one is done by machine. In a mass-produced dress, they're not going to do anything by hand they can avoid. And these people have it all figured out. The one woman knows how to do this. They hand it to her. She does 400 of them every single day, all day long. It gets really fast. I'm guessing for the labor in China, $200.
How much do you think I paid?
$1,500?
So now 2 people in a row are telling me I got ripped off. The fabric cost about $500. The labor was about $200. I paid $2,700. Even when you factor in the money spent on design, marketing, overhead, I still paid way more than I should have. What's going on here? Economists point to 2 things. One is this idea called asymmetric information, which basically means most people suck at buying wedding dresses. We don't have as much information as the people selling us the dresses. We generally buy one wedding dress in a lifetime, so there's no chance to practice or learn from past purchases. 2 is this idea called signaling. Everyone told me when I was shopping, if there's ever one photo your grandchildren or great-grandchildren will see of you, it'll be the one of you in your wedding dress. This is signaling. It's not just the dress you're paying for the message it's sending. I love my husband. This is a really big deal. This is a memory I'll have forever. So how do you avoid paying too much? Obviously, you could just cut out the signaling. But the fact of the matter is, most of us want to signal on our wedding day. We want to send a message. That's why we buy that classic white wedding dress. So if you're going to do it cheaper. Shop around like you would for anything else. Don't be awed by those padded hangers and velvet curtains. And definitely check your tags.
As for me, it's too late for all of that. I'm stuck with this wedding dress, so I'm gonna get my money's worth.